What is up, my friends? Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Victor, and today I'm going to talk about some signs that you've completed a very massive cycle within your spiritual awakening process and are now moving on to the next level. Now, I phrase the video in those terms not as a way of breaking down the awakening into these linear steps, rather to help you just gain some clarity and understanding of some of the unusual experiences that you might be going through. Because the awakening is not really linear, meaning it doesn't get easier and easier and easier and easier. We go through these cycles. And one of the beginning cycles is where you're waking up and you're coming into new information, and you're learning about who you are and where you stand among the cosmos and reality, and everything's changing. You're seeing the numbers, you're being guided, you're making these changes, and this can go on for quite a while. This oftentimes leads into like the dark night of the soul. You go through a while where you're just purging emotions and going through a lot of just inner work. And then there comes a time where all of that kind of transitions. And this is where a lot of you are at right now, from what I gather in talking to you, where you've sort of gotten through all that, and now it's time to move to that next level. And the next level is where you start to really finally rebuild your life, where it doesn't have to keep breaking down, where you start to compile and accumulate reflections that are representative of now your unveiled true core self. And it's like the beginning of a new life for you. But as positive as that sounds, usually when you're first stepping into that, there's a lot of craziness that goes down, and this can bring people into dark places, something I've gone through, but it is massively positive on all levels, and I believe this video will help you understand that and maybe look at your present circumstance completely differently, and rather than fret and worry, you'll start to get excited and empowered. Okay, that's the intention of this video. I notice a lot of people are going through this right now. I can tell because you're hitting me up constantly, and that's why I'm making this video. So this is going to be 3 signs you're going through this ending of one cycle, the beginning of a new awesome cycle situation. Number 1, life is not going as you had expected or hoped. A lot of times we can feel a strong sense of entitlement. Like, man, I've been listening to you, my guidance, been making these big changes on blind faith. I've gone through so many sleepless nights and all these old memories and pains and traumas and emotions have been coming up, going through all these physical symptoms. Like, I deserve some kind of payoff. And then after a while, you get to this point where the payoff is here, but you don't know it. The payoff comes in the form of, wow, now like life, it's getting harder, and the situations that you maybe had higher hopes for are just going the wrong way in your mind, and things are just they're kind of slipping out of control. I'll give an example. Someone in my Awakening Together group, my online coaching program, she was saying that she's been going through this for quite a while, and now like she's experiencing a worst case scenario. She's got to move in with her parents and move out of state. And just the idea of it's just completely opposite of where she wanted to be. She wants to be free and self-sufficient, and now she's stuck, sort of bound to this situation, and it seems like it's out of her control. So things can happen like that. For me, it was when I closed down my gym, and I ran out of, I cut off my sources of income on faith, because I felt there was something bigger for me, and I knew there was. And then everything just started going really bad, and it was like a really dark time for me. So anyway, things can start to kind of slip out of your control like that, but that's because it's almost like a rite of passage. We tend to not consider the value of attracting a challenge into our life, even though it might initially floor us. The new you, the new me, tends to rise to the occasion well beyond the threshold of what we thought we were capable of. And in transcending these difficult situations where life seems to not be going our way, we gain something intangible and yet highly impactful into all areas of our life. That is a feeling of true, raw empowerment, self-sufficiency. A lot of times we have this, but don't know it yet. And we attract particular situations knowing it's going to draw it out of us. And that state of being, that awareness of your power is going to give you what you actually need to start rebuilding your life in a dreamlike sort of way. So if things are slipping out of control, good, because it's time to rise up and take control of your life and destiny. And you can and will. Number 2, at perhaps the most inopportune time of all, you might be feeling cut off. Maybe you have a means of tapping in to yourself, your higher guidance, whatever that means to you. And it used to, in the past, predictably sort of tell you what to do. Synchronicity. Do this, do this. Where's the signs? No signs, no guidance. We're cut off. This is for the same reason as number 1. It's because you now don't need the guidance. And you're going to put yourself in a situation that's going to force you to work yourself out of it without all that guidance that you used to have that you don't need anymore. And in doing that, it's just going to add another layer of your empowerment. Your synchronicity, your guidance, it'll come back. But in this situation, if you're not getting it, it means you do not need it. Number 3, it's like your life is completely turned upside down. Everything's in flux. Your career, not always, but your career, some examples are your career, your housing situation, your relationships, your direction in life might seem uncertain, and you're really finally at almost like a clean slate. But that sounds nice, a clean slate, but the reality of a clean slate in a real life human situation is chaotic. There's no safety net to grasp onto. You're abandoned. Everything seems to be out of your control, and everything's up in the air, and all that you have is just who you are and who you become in this moment. And it can seem initially like not enough. But this is all leading in to you again rising up to just an amazing level that no one can touch. No one can take this away from you, this empowerment you're cultivating in this situation. And you will, from this new place, you will start to build your life back up in a way that will no longer break down as it has in the past. You are at a clean slate. And now you're co-creating your life from an authentic vibration. And when you do that, there doesn't tend to have as many opposing forces from the universe balancing things out, because it's already balanced. You're proceeding from a place of inner balance. Even if you don't feel that way in this moment, you are. I went through a lot of changes in my awakening, a lot of ups and downs. For a long time of just things breaking down, old friends falling away, old jobs falling away, old beliefs falling away. And it culminated in a situation exactly as I'm describing, where everything was totally up in the air. And my mind was fretting and stressing and freaking out because I had nothing, no hope, nothing I could cling on to mentally to give me even a teeny sense of security. It was literally like sink or swim. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me. The way my life is now, it's just growing and expanding and getting better and better. The degree of freedom and abundance I have is amazing. The depth and the quality of my relationships are just profound and deepening as we speak. the sense of wonder and awe and excitement for the future. It's never been like this. And I'm seeing so many of you go through this shift right now. And I want to just let you know to hold tight and trust yourself. And know that if you relate with this, then it's time to rise up to that next level. Okay? And even if after this video, maybe it psychs you up a little bit, and maybe a little while from now, you're back in the dumps, you're back in the worry consciousness, it's okay, and here's why. I just read this out of one of my favorite books, Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. And he says he went through times like this. And he said that regardless what he looked back on and could see that was always reliable was this: his desire to proceed is always, or not the desire, the urge to continue, to keep fighting, to keep trying is always stronger than the desire to quit. And so is yours, which is why you're here, watching this video right now. Okay, my friends, I wish you well, man. I'm excited for you. I know you're not feeling excited if you're still watching and resonate, but it's okay. I can see where you're going. It's going to be a huge, the biggest blessing you could ever have imagined, okay? So hang in there, hang tight, be strong. You got this. I'm here for you, and I wish you all well. Real quick before I go, a lot of you existing viewers know I always say this, but if you're new, I want to say what's up and welcome. My name is Victor. It's great to have you. I'm always talking about the spiritual awakening in some sort in my videos and my content. And if you're new, I want to welcome you with a free guided meditation that I created myself. It's my voice, and everything is an extension of my inspiration, and it will help you with a lot of different things with your awakening. It'll help you stay balanced. It'll help you clear blockages and raise your frequency, among other things. It's free. If you want to check it out, it's always in the description box below. And with that said, I will close. To all of you who have been watching me this whole time, I want to thank you. It's been quite a long journey, and I'm just happy to have you all here. If you can see, I'll probably within a few days be at 100,000 subscribers, and this brings me great joy and awe. It was always, when I started, it seemed like a very far-fetched thing, and here it is. And I can't really, couldn't have done it without you guys. You guys are always watching my videos and hitting the like button and leaving nice comments. So we have accumulated 100,000 subscribers, not just Victor, okay? So thank you. I'm gonna probably do something special, do some kind of giveaway or something in the next few days. Anyway, just want to kind of make note of that. Hope you're all doing well. Have an amazing day. Peace.